this computer. So again, we are in our lesson, Rocking Rounding, lesson 1.04. We just read through this page, talked about what we're going to learn. We went to the second page and we read the text version of this, but you can watch the video. And then we practiced all of these rules about rounding. And we did this example of 67.85. We underlined our nearest tenths. We talked about how if you can't remember where a tenth is, you can click on your resources up here and go to your place value chart that's in your resources and remind yourself, oh yeah, tenths are here, hundredths here, and thousandths here with that THS. That's in your resources up here in your filing cabinet. And then we just had to decide, is that 2 going to stay the same or go up by looking at the number to the right, the 8, and we all decided it went up to 67.3. Okay, and everything to the right of that didn't need to be there. Now we're moving on to this. We're going to round 0.932 to the nearest hundredth. Let's see if you get it right. The same or up. So here's our hundredths right here. These are our tenths, hundredths, thousandths. Then we look at the number on the right and we say, is it 5 or more? 5 to the sky, 4 to the floor. And what did you get as an answer? Hold up those answers if you've got them. Look at that. It stays the same, doesn't go to 9.94 because, and you don't really have to have the 0 here. It can just be 0.93 because remember that the numbers to the left of the decimal, but then round it, sweetie, okay? So make sure you round it to the nearest hundredth. That's gonna be wherever they say to round it to. Like if it says nearest hundredth, that's gonna be your last digit in the number. There might be zeros to the side of it, but whenever you round to a number, everything to the right is a 0. And again, they call this a trailing 0 because we don't need it over there. How about this one? We will round 31,383.932 to the nearest whole number. When they say nearest whole number, they mean 1 in this case, because 1 is a whole thing. So think about whole cakes. Over here, you have almost a whole cake, but not quite. So we're rounding to the ones place. So we underline the ones place, and then we look at the number to the right and show me with your fingers, are we going to round up or down? Yep, I see a lot of ups. Good job. So this number is going to be 31,384. And everything to the right of that number is going to be 0, right? Yeah. Let's see if we did it. 31,384. And we don't have to put those zeros because they're to the right of the ones place. They're behind the decimal. Here's another example. The same or up. This time we're rounding to the nearest 1,000. Now pay attention to the end of the word because this one ends in D, not TH. So they mean 1,000. So you have to look at it and you have to say, well, these are the ones, these are the tens, these are the hundreds. Oh, here's the thousands. I have to underline that. And it's going to either stay the same, 21,000, or go up to 22,000. Show me with your finger what you're going to do with this one. Same or up? Same or up? What do you think? I see some ups. Oh, I see somebody say same, but look, we have to look over here at 8. Is 8 5 or more? Yep, so 5 to the sky. Point to the sky. This is going to become 22,000. Now, do we need these zeros here? Who thinks yes? Nod your head yes. Yeah. Because these zeros are holding the place value. If we get rid of them, it changes 22,000 to 22. Oh my gosh, that's a very different number, isn't it? Okay. As Wanda goes to take the lid off the container to hopefully reveal her gold, she'd like you to try some rounding on your own. So here's a lesson where you're going to do some rounding and select the numbers that round to the given number. So here's a little bit of a practice quiz in here that you're going to do. And it's got 3 slides. So I'm going to have you go back and do that after this lesson on page 3. Remember, you can click here and go straight to page 3 later on. And we're going to go on to the next page right now as a group. What did I learn? Here's a lesson summary, talking about the rules, a self-check review that you should do to make sure you're ready for the quiz. What is 0.362 rounded to the nearest tenth? I can't remember where the tenths are. Let me look on my chart again. Oh, here's my place value chart. Tenths. Oh, here they are, right there next to the decimal. Okay, that's good. So I know I'm rounding to this place. I'm going to underline it, look at the number next to it, and decide if it's going to be 0.3 or 0.4, right? And then I'm going to do 7 of those to make sure I've practiced before the quiz. And then what's my assignment? Read the lesson, complete the activities, and do the round into the ground quiz. Now, when you're at the end and it gives you the directions, remember you have to use this to get to the quiz. And today I'd like to make sure everybody does the quiz, okay? So you're going to submit this graded quiz. And if you've done the lesson carefully, it should go pretty well. So I'm going to set up breakout rooms right now. If you have a question, you can come back to the main room. Please don't just raise your hand in the breakout room, because that really, I don't want to leave the main room, because then if anybody comes, it doesn't work very well. If you have a question right now, you can stay with me. Otherwise, I'm opening the breakout room so you can go work. If you get done with your assignment, you may leave. So you need to do the whole lesson, go back and do the whole lesson, and do the quiz. And come and ask me if you have questions.